everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts back once another reaction for you guys. Today, guys, of course, you continue the journey of Generator Rex. This is Season 2, Episode 2, of course. I will not know the title until I get into the episode. Last week's episode, of course, was the Season 2 premiere of Generator Rex, and we're starting to learn more about what's happening in terms of Rex trying to figure out his new nanites or whatever, the way he can potentially build new things, and ends up building a new thing at the end of the episode, of course. And Van Cleise is back once again, like after we saw him the Season 1 finale, which I honestly thought we wouldn't see him again for a bit, or any of the characters connected to Van Cleise. But boom, right away, here he is, and a bunch of characters and everything, and they're instilling, this device that they need, because they're rebuilding the Providence Tower because of what transpired at the end of Season 1, where Van Cleise slammed one of their ships into the tower and everything, and caused a bunch of chaos and everything, so they're having to rebuild. And so we're kind of seeing them try to return to a normalcy in a sense, because they have to get back to actually saving lives and stopping Evos and everything. And unfortunately, a lot of things kind of went haywire because of Van Cleise at the end of Season 1. So seeing where they're kind of at now in terms of Season 2, they didn't explain how much time has passed between Season 1 and Season 2 as far as I can remember. Someone had mentioned that there was like a 2-month break or something in terms of airing the episodes of Season 1 finale, Season 2 premiere. So maybe that's the amount of time that's passed, but as far as I remember, there wasn't anything mentioned, but we'll see what happens. Let's dive into the episode, guys, see what happens. Let's check it out.
Where's Hodgson?
What's going on? Careful.
This will not end well.
To make way, start a revolution. Oh. Wasteland, oh.
I don't know how many times my brain's been rebooted, but for now, I'm cramming it full of cool memories while I can.
Welcome to Trash Island.
Wow.
Cool.
Something sunk that ship, yet didn't harm the crew.
Bonus. A steam monster with a conscience.
The rods are cracked, it could already be leaking radioactivity. But if the core melts down, its radioactive steam could travel to the mainland.
Going for a swim. Oh, that's creepy. A little uncomfortable.
This is amazing. I'm gonna say we are definitely not alone down here.
The research ship could have been taken down for getting too close.
Something's right there, yeah.
Well, I'm not seeing any army.
Goodbye.
Ooh, ouch! Did you really need the sunglasses?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe so.
Fish communicate with sonic waves.
Yeah.
I suspect those are commands.
Probably not smart. You better be careful. Yeah.
No. Okay, new strategy. I finally found something that works underwater.
Handy. Oh. Might want to move. Yeah. Damn. Ugh. I thought he would have sank, unless the momentum made it where he didn't sink.
How is this better?
Crab people.
We will not stand for any more attacks on Aquania.
Aquania. Okay.
Really?
You fire torpedoes and injure this very
Yes,
room.
because.
Escape your squid.
After that, the drills arrive spitting out oil. It chokes everything
Okay.
under it.
I got it.
Just leave us alone. Just following their natural instincts.
Everybody's trying to fight them at this point.
There.
Ugh.
Is the paralysis spreading? It would have killed a normal person.
You know a little too much.
A little
about
too
things
much,
that can
okay.
kill you, Six.
Oh my god, they're baby crab
Maybe
people.
they want their mommy.
Come no further.
Okay, that's brutal. That's pretty dark.
What are you doing? Maybe that research ship looked like trouble to you, but they were just documenting the pollution to make people understand the harm their garbage does.
After my change, I found I had a closer bond with these new species.
Oh, like a fish whisperer.
And
Fish whisperer.
modifying behavior includes sinking ships.
There is much to do if the oceans are to be clean again.
Seaquake!
No, it is just a curse that you humans have set upon me.
The reactor inside that ship would be crushed. If it leaks, this whole stretch of ocean will be unlivable.
That's why we came.
Go now, go.
We're over a deep sea trench. Even I can't withstand the depths down there.
Then we better hope I can.
If it starts breaking up, get out whether you have it or not.
Ignoring that part.
Video updates as you make your way through the ship.
Oh, he's losing contact. Ah, that hurt. Run. There you go. Okay, come on.
Gotta learn to build myself a submarine.
Come on.
Whoa, that's trippy. I can breathe.
Just like in, just like in Ben 10.
Never mind. Smile.
You realize if anyone saw those,
I know. It's for Holiday. She said to bring her back a souvenir.
There you have it, guys. This was a pretty solid episode, and it definitely was an episode where they're trying to tell us something, and they're trying to teach kids, because most of the kids are watching the show when it first aired and everything, and anybody, of course, who goes to check out the show, they're trying to say, let's protect the ocean. And the way they do it is by also incorporating, of course, stuff within the Generator Rex world in terms of these modified creatures, the crab creatures, and then, of course, Surge, this main guy, and the other sea creatures there, and then there's, like, this reactor that's going to explode from this giant ship or whatever. So they tie in stuff like that. It's not like, oh, let's just take a break from Generator Rex stuff and let's just talk about how we could save the ocean. Like, we're doing that. We're telling you that because I think everyone can get behind that. Everyone can get behind, blah, that came talk today. Everyone can get behind wanting to protect the ocean and stop polluting it and stop throwing trash and all this kind of stuff and basically treat it better. So they tie it into this episode, but also incorporate Generator Rex stuff, like I said, Evos and all that. So it works out. It does. I do feel bad because Rex, like, he had to delete all the photos he was taking because they're not going to be revealing Aquania or whatever, however that's Aquania or something like that. They weren't going to be revealing it. Him and Six were just by themselves. They did bring back a souvenir, though, one of the little baby crab creatures, so they're not exactly 100% not, like, revealing it because they're also bringing back... I doubt we'll ever see this creature again. I could be wrong, but... I don't know, because the way they're acting, like, we're not going to explain it, not going to reveal it, or all that kind of stuff, because Surge was making a point, and it's kind of a thing to where if you humans can monetize it, get a profit off it, like, basically, that's what he's basically implying and saying, then you will come here with hundreds of ships and your drills to get your oil, all that. So, I got it, because recently I saw a film that was marketed as a shark movie, and it was really a ghost shark. It's called the Black Demon or whatever. And like, that's actually an actual myth or whatever, this gigantic shark or whatever that's in myth and all that. But there was a movie, and it was a horrible film, and it really was about an environmental movie about the oceans and everything and the polluting of the oceans. But it was marketed and pushed as this ghost shark or this gigantic shark movie. And that was a very different situation. In Generator Rex here, they were explaining the environmental side of it to where we're protecting the oceans, but also we have other things going on in terms of story and all that, and the fact that Rex is actually doing something he's wanted to do, but the Six makes the point, you've only had your memories for this time around for 18 months, so it's kind of hard to believe all your life you've wanted to be an ocean explorer, all that kind of stuff, but they get to accomplish it. They've been attacked by all different kind of creatures and everything. It was a lot of chaos down there, but it was cool to see something new, right? Because so far within Generator Rex, we've seen a lot of variety of new Evos, which, like, every time we see a new Evo, it's like so interesting, the designs that they go with for these Evos and how they keep finding new crazy and sometimes creepy and uncomfortable creations of Evos. Like, there's so much variety of stuff that they've been able to pull off. But it was really cool in this to see a whole new area under the ocean. Instead of like, oh, we're going to another random city or some random area and here's a new Evo. We're actually going underwater. And we had a villain, but not really. The villain was actually the ship that would have exploded with the the reactor core or whatever on it. Like, that was actually technically the villain, because that would have destroyed everything within that ocean, and especially the home that these, all these creatures have built together. So it was cool to see an episode where we didn't actually have a villain per se in it, even though there were some disagreements, because Six and Surge were definitely not on good terms. And the show got a little dark. I should have mentioned this earlier, but I was more so wanting to make sure to cover the point. Like, I understand what they're trying to say with the episode. So there's the baby crabs, right? They get born. And Six, like, lowers down his sword towards them as they're surrounded, saying, don't come any closer. Six is obviously not going to kill the baby crab people. Well, at least we don't think he would. But he's threatening it, because they're surrounded and they have nowhere to go. Like, they're basically stuck. And so it was like a really dark moment. Like, they went that far. Then again, Generator Rex has pushed itself at times to hit that edge of, like, where it's like, is this too much for kids to watch? Because this show was created for kids to watch. Not like young 4 or 5, 6-year-old kids, but like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13-year-old kids. This was meant for them to watch at the time when it was airing. So that's kind of dark to push that a little bit. But as we've seen now with a lot of content being put out, like, especially now, obviously this was like over a decade ago when the show first started, but like now, like, there's a lot of content that's made for kids or teens that are really dark and pushing it, and even way more so than this. And I'm actually rewatching Avatar: Last Airbender, which I watched for the first time a number of years ago. I forgot at times how dark that show can get too, in terms of like talking about people dying and death and everything, and people killing people. It's like, I understand it's war and everything, and you got to show the severity of everything, but it is like, okay, this show's a little darker than I was remembering from the original animated Avatar: Last Airbender. Same thing with Generator Rex. There's some moments I'm like, wow, this show is dark and it's pushing it, but I appreciate the fact that they're not trying to sugarcoat certain aspects of what the show is trying to cover. Same thing for Ben 10 as well. They definitely have pushed the limits, especially when we got to Alien Force and Ultimate Alien. There is definitely some moments where they're really pushing that boundary. Also, when that little squid thing went over Rex's head, exactly what happened in Ultimate Alien Season 1 for Kevin. Same thing happened there. So it's kind of interesting how there's some little bit of parallels in there a little bit. Honestly, it would have been funny if Bobo was along for this episode, even though I get it, because I think John DiMaggio, he does so many different voices. He has so much different, like, so many variety of things he does in terms of work, that I feel like the reason why he's not in the show as much, because I feel like they would probably use him more if he was available more. I feel like it's probably a scheduling thing, and maybe he's only contracted for a certain amount of time, because I'm betting around this time, because he's done a lot of voice work over the years, that these other projects he probably has signed on before the contract for Generator Rex. That's just my guess, because I feel like they would use Bobo more if they could use him more, but they just don't. And I feel like it's because of John DiMaggio, who voices Bobo, his contract, and he just can't be there all the time to record, or even be remote and record. So yeah, but this was really a fun episode for sure, in terms of seeing a new area, this underwater city and all that kind of stuff, and then kind of seeing just an episode where we don't have a villain per se, but also saying we should protect our oceans, which is exactly what we should be doing. But are we? Yeah. See, at times we try, but also we fail. We try again. It just is what it is. But had a good time with the episode. I'm curious what you guys thought about the episode. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will talk to you guys soon. Peace out.